What's up, Barberville? I'm Zeke Peters, owner of Texture here in Las Vegas. Come on in, check it out.
Welcome to Barberville Shop Tours, where we highlight some of the most unique and creatively designed barbershops in the industry. Today we're in Las Vegas, Nevada, checking out Texture. I'm your host CJ with the Barberville. Let's see what they got to offer.
What's up, y'all? Welcome. This is my home away from home. I can't wait to show you around. This place means a lot to me, you guys. One thing that means a lot to me is a legacy, and that's one thing that I want to put here on this earth and I want to give to my kids. And share with them how important conducting business is. It's bigger than just cutting hair, you guys. You know, I spend a lot of money putting into this, and it's for what I want people to think of me. And what I want people to think of me is an elevated brand, and that's what I've always wanted people to think of me. So I feel like money attracts money, and that's why I put so much money into this. And so this means a lot to me. So the experience goes a long way, and I can't wait to share that with you, CJ, Barberville. I can't wait to kick this off, you guys. I appreciate you so much for coming through. So let's get this thing going. What's up, y'all? Check it out. We got the little merch wall here. You always have to have a merch wall. You always have to sell more than just your haircuts, you guys. So we got some hats, we got some shirts. This is kind of the beginning of, I wouldn't say that this is for a line, but we're selling something, so just to generate more income. And the reason why, well, first off, I've done merch before, and you don't really make no money sometimes, to be honest with you. And I didn't want to buy a lot of shirts. So we started off with like 50 shirts, and the margins on the shirts weren't bad. Sometimes you have to sacrifice the margins for your name, and so the quality of these shirts are, they're pretty badass, man. And so I'm proud about that. I didn't want to do Shopify, actually. I could have did Shopify, but I found somebody that I just ran into the parking lot one day. It was a funny story that Steph, she goes, "Hey man, you should get some merch. Like you need some more merch." And I said, "Yeah, I sure do, but I need to find a new artist." So, and it was, I've done the, what is that shit called?
Like Fiverr?
Fiverr. Mm-hmm. Fiverr's cool. It can be all right, but sometimes working with people overseas is not all right. And so when I came out, going to the liquor store, and I came back, and this guy had a thing on his car that said like designer, like web designer and websites and whatnot. And so like boom, right there within like a minute, I found this guy. And so he designed them. He made me a little website. He made me a little website for free, and we put him up there. And so I've been working with him ever since, and that's really worked out. So yeah, like I said, 50 shirts. Just to be honest with you, shit, we all in, each shirt probably costs $20. We sell them for like $30, so it's a little $10. So, but like, I'm not trying to really come up on shirts like that. You know what I mean? I'm not slanging shirts like that, but I just want to, in business, you want to try to make money in every aspect. If it's an ATM or some hats or some pomade or whatever, you got to have stuff to sell. So yeah.
Do you feel like as far as the merch, do you feel like it's almost like a marketing play, like it's a billboard and people are out there with your logo?
Thank you for asking that. Yeah, I like that. As people come in, shit, man, I love what I did here. And as they're walking in, it's like, damn, those are some cool hats. The product looks nice, the product placement, and this is all part of my brand. I got to make sure that every day, if there's a shirt that's off, like I'm like this. People are walking by, and it's all branding, man.
So break down the hats for us.
Yeah. So I'm probably 7 out of 10 happy with these hats, and that's really just of the quality of the hat. I love the design. I love what we did here, but like some of these just feel like a little bit, they could be a little bit of better quality. But I really do like it. These are some of my favorite hats that I actually ever wear. And I know that's biased because it's my brand, but I just like what I did here. So So yeah, and then we got these trucker hats. I chose yellow because it stands out, and I think this is like a good gym hat. So the yellow works, and this is the last 3. And same thing here. I think I sell these for $30 too, and I think all in it's about $15. This lady, she was my client. She told me that she did embroidery, and then I started working with her. And I love doing business to business with other local businesses, and yeah, that was awesome. So, and I still have this really good relationship with her now. So, and I still cut her hair, and that's just the beauty of this business, you know. And I can go on and on with all the other stuff and all the other people that I work with here at the shop. And so we have the Maintain here. Maintain, I've been rocking with them for a few years now, and I really stand by Maintain.
How did you end up getting in touch with them? How'd you end up building a relationship?
Tony, one of my barbers here, I used to work with him at Fino for Men here in Las Vegas. And I've been Tony's friend for a long time. And Tony needed once he got on with that squad, Richard Thomas, one of my best friends, he was looking for a squad at the time, and Tony picked all his boys, and I was one of them. So we just hit it off. I did a show for them in CT, the CT Barber Expo, and it's been a great relationship ever since. So,
do you like the margin?
Yeah, we sell these for $20 here. No tax. We're not trying to get over on that either. Mm-hmm. And they go. You know how guys are. If it's too much, it's like, I'll look online, I'll go to Amazon or some shit. So we're just trying to flip them and kind of do them in quantity. So maybe that's a little business lesson for you, if you want to say. It's, for me, I like getting them out. Sure, you want to make more money on each one, but for me, it's getting the name out there, having people put the product in their hand, using it, telling their friends. So we just want the product out there, and so it's moving. So can't be mad at that. All right, y'all, let's move on over here. We did enough with the merch, and let me tell you about these plants that we got going on over here. We got the concrete base, the concrete plant thing,
plant boxes,
you can say. I came up on these. Story is, well, I've been looking on Wayfair. I get a lot of stuff from Wayfair, and they were just a little too expensive on Wayfair. So I got these that right across the street at Star Nursery for like, dude, I don't even think $100 each. And they came painted and everything. So that was win-win. I've seen pots can cost a lot, and these aren't the styrofoam ones either. These are actually a good little base. So I had real plants, and it's a wrap at that. I've had them, and it didn't work out for me. It didn't work out, and so I was driving looking for a sign place because I was trying to get a new sign, and I found this pottery place with all these fake plants, and it was called Napa Valley Pottery. And so I went in, and it was nothing but plants, fake plants, amazing fake plants, and pots, and real pots, because I have some other pots in here that are like a styrofoam, and they look amazing. They're lightweight, but not built like these. So I went in, and these plants were going for $300 at the time. And the owner kind of just was like, hey, if you wait a few days, these things are going to be half off because we're going out of business. So I said, oh, score. So I still spent $1,300 on these plants. So, but imagine, and these were half off. So it would have been what, $2,600. Dude, on plants, man. And I wasn't really trying to spend that on the plants, but I knew CJ was coming up here, and so I had to do it.
Well, we appreciate it, man.
Yes.
We definitely love when the owners put their best foot forward,
bro. Yes, and so yeah, when this video comes out, man, it's like first impression. So I already had fake moss in here, and this already had fake moss. So these look really good for fake plants. All right, y'all, check out this little hexy wall we just put in not too long ago. I did it because one of my barbers, man, he uses a ring light from time to time, and I don't want ring lights in here. But I only let him use it for when he's recording. So I had to do something for him. I was recording for him one day, trying to do some content for the shop, and I was like, damn, no, it's a little too dark here, way too dark. So and these sconces ain't working. They're dimming out. Got these on Amazon. I'm working on it, but This was only 60 bucks on Amazon. A super come up, and I think it just did the job perfectly. I had a little hole in the wall. I patched it. That's one thing I can do. I don't do much, but I guess I can patch some walls. So, so yeah, this is the Hexi wall, y'all. All right, y'all, check it out. I don't know where you're from, but here in Las Vegas, we like to party, and it's kind of one reason why I put a bar. So I think bars and barbershops, you can't have a bar without a barbershop, right? So yeah, this is a live resin, they say, and I guess this is maple as well. And you know, this wasn't my first choice. This wasn't my first choice. I was going to get a granite one, but once I found out how much granite was, we had to pivot. So, and at the time, I was like, I don't care, I'll run it. But with the contractor, as I kept adding stuff, and he showed me, you know, how much this is going to cost, I just had to pivot. So, but yo, I think it worked out perfectly. You can see the other wood accents that we got in the shop. So the live resin worked out perfectly. Like I said, this is maple, and check this out. This could have been a DIY. I would have still never done this by myself, but the base is actually cinder blocks, and so it looks a little bit more than that. But cinder blocks, and they put a concrete over it. So dude, this worked out. It was super cost efficient, and we also put the LED lights on there, and dude, this came together pretty nicely.
It looks like it's like a custom shape too.
Oh yeah, so I said I want an L, but this is one piece, and so wood doesn't come in an L like this, right? So it had to be cut a certain way, and I was impressed on how they just easily, oh, we're gonna cut it like this, and it just L'd up, and it works freaking perfectly. So yeah, I'm not mad about that. So to keep it clean, I should do a better job, I'll be honest with you. And you gotta put, like, I think, a protectant on it, and I haven't been doing the best job. I ain't gonna lie to you.
How much is something like this will set somebody back?
These can range, man. These can range, but I spent about 3 stacks on it, and but I think it goes a long way. The wood feature goes with everything else, and so you know, we also got the Marshall speaker. You know, I had a JBL, and JBL after a year it stopped working, so this was kind of just like a random buy, but I thought it went perfect with the shop at the Marshall. So, and we got the iPad going here, Squire going. You know, I don't want to use, to be honest with you, be real with you, these card processor fees, man, are crazy, bro. And if I could do a cash only business, like real shit, man, like, bro, it adds up at the end.
Are we doing it to hide, or are we doing it to avoid?
Hey,
you know, there's a lot of barbers watching this probably.
Bro,
they cash already for a different reason.
I'm trying to save every dollar I can get, bro. So yeah, man, we got these plants, we got these pots at Target. I'm not ashamed, you know, I'll tell you everywhere. I got some IKEA stuff if I got IKEA, but I got these at Target and they went perfect. Got this thing at Target too, it was like, I don't know, 10 bucks. So.
Do you have a register because you're on commission or blueprint?
To be honest with you, this is here just for show. My last barber had it. She kind of just gifted it to us, and we don't even carry any money in here, too. But it looks complete. You know, it looks complete. So we got some quarters in here, got some dimes in here. So, but yeah, you know. Yeah, but very functional, you guys, very functional. I got my...
Did you have to get a license to have a bar?
Well, this is the thing. I want to say maybe here in Las Vegas, obviously the rules are different everywhere you go, but we don't sell the alcohol. So by not selling out the alcohol, and just giving it out, we believe that it works. So we haven't got, you know, no one's came in and said otherwise. So we're just gonna keep rolling with it. And so yeah, but it's part of the experience, you know, just giving clients wine, whatever.
So it's BYOB.
There you go. All right, y'all, before we close out with the bar area, let me tell you about these 255s we got right here. I think it was a nice touch, but let me share something. Let me give you some game that at first, you know, I like to put stuff like this on the TV. We have like the Roku photos on there, so it runs pictures of the shop and pictures of the haircuts. But to give you some more game, for somebody who gave me some game, was now we're gonna start running some ads on the TV. So we have all walks of life that come in here, tons of business owners, just tons of money that comes in here. So running ads from these other local businesses that are trying to, you know, promote their business, we're gonna be running some ads. So, you know, that the price can vary on that. So, but just letting you guys know, running some numbers, like we're here to, you wanna make money in all four corners of your shop, you know, all the real estate if you can. So about next month, we're running ads. So yeah, and
do you guys like host any events and bring people in to, you know, maybe watch the games or anything in here?
Yeah, you know, we do little company parties. We had a little fashion show here as well, and during the fashion show, you know, I kind of like displayed, you know, some of the stuff on the TV. So yeah, the TVs work perfectly. We got the LED lights to go with it. We do the UFC fight. We do the UFC fights, Super Bowl. Yeah, man, we run it, man. It's a cool vibe. I mean, it goes with the bar.
Do you have them connected together?
No, I don't gotta run it. No, I don't. That'd be nice. I don't got a splitter. I don't got a splitter, but so you just gonna have to do it. Just gonna have to deal with it. So, but yeah, we got the nice, pretty pictures though. You know, this one's Greece and this one is freaking Tokyo or whatever it is. So, yeah, man, we got a little money tree. All right, y'all, this is the reason why we're here. This is where the magic happens. This is the barber stations, man. This is the barber chairs and the mirrors. And it's not just chairs and mirrors, as you can see. It's part of the design. And it took me a while for me to get here. And what we had before were IKEA carts. They were like maybe 150 bucks. So I think that was a nice little come up. And they were white and they were on wheels. And so it was like a utility cart. And it was cool at the time, but if you can imagine that, big kind of white carts, you can see through, there was hair, it just gives me nightmares just thinking about it. And so, yeah, I took them out and I love what we did here. And let me show you these sinks right here, to be honest with you. It's like, oh, who cares about sinks? But look how discreet they are. Here in Las Vegas, you gotta have one sink per two stations. So I wanted these out of the way. And as you can see, they're discreet out the way. And I got these countertops here. This is since I didn't do the carts, this is what is replacing that. And so, dude, look at the design, man. When you come in, look how clean it looks, right? But on the back side, they don't have these doors. So when it wants to work. Yeah, so Steph, she works, this is her station right here, and she just works in and out of this, and look how clean and how good it works. She works just like this. So click system, nice and flush. Dude, that's sexy.
So why did you go with what was your decision on the chairs?
So these are like some knockoff Belmont chairs. These can run like $2,000. So I got these for like $700 after buying like 8 of them. So I got these on DIR. I've bought a gang of chairs off DIR. They're out of New York, just so y'all know. DIR.com, they've hooked me up. They've treated me good every time I've been through them. So this is gray along to go with all the other grays. It's like a monochromatic that I did here, and I think it works out.
How do you feel about the quality of the chairs?
The quality of the chairs, they've been decent. You know, I feel like you get what you pay for, to be honest with you. And
have you had to replace any?
I haven't, and these costed about almost $1,000 each. And some of the wheels they've come off, they kind of strip or whatever it is. I've had little maintenance to do with it. It hasn't been much. I'm not mad about it. It could be worse. So got the white pinstripe on it. These are like a stylist / barber chair. You know, it's modern, whatnot, and I think it works. They don't go all the way back. Let me show you. That's about as far back as it goes.
So we're not doing any too many straight razor shades. Oh, we're making it work.
we're making it work. So
Okay.
So yeah, but it's a solid chair.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah, it works. And like I was saying, this is an IKEA mirror that my homie Daniel put together. I seen this somewhere else and I stole it. So this thing is clean, man. Like super easy to for hair. This is how I work out, and like I was saying, this doesn't have a door. because this is the back side. You know, you don't really see this coming in. So yeah, it works out. It works out. I got my cords all, you know.
So the shelving systems that are behind the mirror, they were custom.
Yeah, they were. Daniel made this in like just a few days, and he put this up in like just a couple hours. Dude, Daniel's, he's so good. So I spent about $700 a pop, about $600-700 a pop on these, and I just did these in the back as well, and I added another station in the back. So you won't see nothing. You won't see too many stations like this, to be honest with you.
And I see you don't really have any handles on the actual doors.
Yeah, so you know this just works on a click system. You know.
So you just push it in and it pops open.
Yeah. And so, dude, there's so much space all the way in the bottom as well.
That's all right, that's real.
So yeah, man.
Now, you know, a big question everyone's gonna ask is, where do you plug everything in at?
I know, right?
So show us where, you know, all these cordless clippers, we going cordless, but everything still needs a charger.
Right, it's pretty sleek, man. But yeah, the cord is here, and I got the charging strip here. So, you know, for this video, I got it clean, you know, so I don't have it plugged in. But you know, we would just plug in right here, and it feeds through here. And this is where like I keep all my
So typically clippers. You keep like your...
Yeah, I keep everything like working right here.
Okay.
So. Yeah, man, you got to think about all these things. To be honest with you, like as a business owner, if you want your spot to look a certain way, you know, one thing that is a pet peeve for me is, you know, when you see a TV that's mounted on the wall and you see the string hanging, dude, bro, I hate that. So what you want to do is you want to get an outlet and put it behind the TV. So these are these little minor details that I think that just go a long way. So I did that for all of these. Some of them have holes in the bottom where it feeds through. So I tell my barbers too, at the end of the day, you know, you work how you work, but I want to make sure that leaving that it looks the same way, you know, nice, because when people are walking by, you know, I want a nice clean shot, man. They're looking at that stuff, you know, and don't think that they don't. Clients are looking at all the details. So yeah, business owners out there, make sure that you, one little tip I could say is, yeah, man, tell your barbers to make sure that they're cleaning up after yourself and try to make things clean, just like we did here. All right, y'all, I told you I don't mess with the hexies, because I mess with the X's. That should work. So we got the X lights. Everybody be hitting me about the X lights. You guys, I hate to say, I don't know if I want to gatekeep or not, but you guys just figure it out. I had to hit up an electrician and make these X's. It wasn't cheap, but we had to do what we had to do. You can get some 8-footers from Home Depot and just do what you got to do. These were custom. I don't recommend it because I spent more money than I needed to, but they do stand out, right? So we got the X lights. These have a dimmer on it, and I'm super happy how they came out.
Cause how big are these? Like 8 feet, 10 feet?
These are like, yeah, right. I think these are bigger than my 8-footers in the back. So I want to say these are like 10-footers. Yeah, 10-footers. And it's enough light that we don't need ring lights. We don't need anything else. It really does the job, and it goes perfectly with the aesthetic. So you guys just, from business owner to business owner, you know, if you care about the aesthetics or whatnot of the shop and you're not trying to do ring lights, just make sure that you can get some phenomenal lighting that also complements your shop. So
how much are we talking about for each?
I don't know about each, to be honest with you. But all in, I want to say it was like $7 grand, maybe 7-8 grand. So, but you know, you're on electrical. Sometimes electrical ain't cheap, you know. And these days, in the barber culture, dude, we see that it's all about the lighting, you know. And so I feel like that's what's making people shop these days. So, nothing against the hexagons out there, you know, but we're not doing that. We're doing the X's.
Now I see you got this dope fan. Tell me a little bit about that.
A little industrial fan we got here in Las Vegas. It is hot, and with these high ceilings, it's a little harder to get the AC going. So this helps out with the AC, kind of helps out with the AC bill. So I'm not mad about it.
But I think even again is like the aesthetic, right? Like that keeping with the design.
Yeah.
You didn't just put any old fan up there.
Yeah.
You know, clearly it was intentional.
The galvanized, like the aluminum looking color to go with the HVAC. And HVAC, I always call it HVAC, the ductwork.
Speaking of the ductwork.
Yeah, speaking of the ductwork. Yeah.
This doesn't look standard.
Yeah, I went with like the aluminum look. Like you could have went black, we could have went whatever. But I had to do this once we took off the ceiling, because the ceiling was 10 feet tall. And so once you took off the ceiling, there was so much stuff that you have to take away. And so I want to say that ductwork is called like a flex. And so this is, I don't know, like a galvanized, and it was like 15 grand for that. So I learned a lot from the first project of what I'm not going to do the second go around, but I guess it's money well spent. So.
No, I mean, definitely, between the black ceiling and the contrast with all the silver and gray, and then you got the custom X lights. I mean,
yeah, because like I chose black. I could have did white, or I could have did whatever, but I think the black kind of opens things up surprisingly, and then it makes this pop out. So
it gives it like a little depth.
Yeah, I got the AC running off my phone, so that's pretty cool. I can turn the AC and the heater off, and you know what? What I like about that is that no one else can touch the AC or the heater, because you know your barber or whatever gonna run that up or run it down depending on the season. Make them say, na 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 na. Yo, it's pretty sick, right? Yo, these glass doors, man. My prized possession, one of my prized possessions here. Separation of the barber side from the Cosmo side. You have to have a separation door, wall, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, this is
kind of like your creative take on that.
Yeah, I was like, how am I gonna do it? And if I'm gonna do it, like I gotta do it. So because I was looking at wooden barn doors, it just didn't make that statement. And I think that this was worth every dollar. This was like $4 grand for that. Dude, it was worth it. I got the new logo on there. That was a nice touch. Dude, I hated the old logo. The old logo, we talked about it last time, how I felt about that. But dude, I love our new logo, and I love it there. So, yeah, I wanted to make it look pretty. I wanted to make it look good for just, when you're walking by. You do, I pride walking by the shop. You do look like, what kind of business is this? Because you don't see something like this. So this separation is pretty cool.
So about how much was it for the glass?
The glass was like 4,000. Glass was 4,000. This wall was like 1,000. So the glass cost more than the wall. Okay. And I see you got some support up there at the top that you had to tie in the wall to the ceiling. Yeah, I've never seen that before either, but yeah, we got the little support system. I could probably hang some more plants or something up there. I think I got enough plants, but if I wanted to, I can, do some more plants. So yeah, man.
I see you added the like bamboo accent here at the end.
Yeah.
Was that intentional?
Yeah, dude, I love design, man. I just thought it was a nice little touch. I had this actually where the hexie was at, and I took that out. And I actually still kept some of the wood, and then I also put the hexie in there. So yeah, that worked out. So the wood features with the concrete, dude, I think everything was just tying together. Everything tied together. So in my past time, I love reading on myself. Nah, yeah, that was Barber Evo. I was in it, and I pride that. Worked hard for that. Anyways, let me talk about this texture corner. This texture lounge, I guess you can say. This is part of the aesthetic. This is part of the vibe. This is part of the experience here in Texture. So this to me goes a very long way. I could have put chairs here, but I didn't. I kind of sacrificed, sure, money, but this is part of my brand. When people look into Texture and they see all this, I think it speaks for itself, and it goes a long way. So this wall here is our moss wall, or I guess you can say moss wall, fake moss wall. Got this on Amazon. This was like $100. $100 goes a long way. And my homie Daniel, he put this wood frame, he put the wood frame on it, and dude, look at that, looks pretty cool. Got the Texture LED sign on Amazon. That was like $100. This was a super come up. Not even like 300 bucks in, you know, and this makes this whole little corner look pretty dope. So got on Amazon, got some wood from Home Depot, bada bing, bada boom. Chair from IKEA, little orange chair. I had this in the Cosmo area.
The contrast of the colors is dope.
Yeah, right. And I was actually debating if I was gonna keep it in for you. And I was like, nah, dude, I think it's gonna be dope. So yeah, it came together.
No, I like it. It looks great.
I didn't want to take it home because this was in the back in our waiting area. It wasn't making me no money. I replaced this for a station. We just made a station in the back. But yeah, now we can use this as clients can take pictures here, you know, and hopefully not check in, but you know, the whole Instagram, social media thing. And yeah, dude, this is part of the vibes. Got these chairs at Wayfair, $100. Nice little come up. Goes with.
You got the chairs for $100 each?
$100 each, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Wayfair. Okay. So yeah, Wayfair. I got a lot of stuff on Wayfair. And then this picture. One of my clients, he's a local artist here in Las Vegas, put that together. This was going to be on consignment here at the shop, but it wasn't going, so he wanted it back, so I bought it. It makes up the shop. I really do. I feel like it just makes up texture, so I love it. Love it.
How much did he believe in his art?
You know, he was selling this for like $2,000, and he gave it to me for $1,000.
Okay.
Who am I to say how much he can charge on your art? You know what I mean? So,
that's right.
Yeah, man.
Because we don't want anybody putting any limits on us.
You know what I mean? So, and then the fake plants, man. Dude, I think I got one more real plant in the shop. I can't keep nothing alive. Either that, or it's flies, or it's something, dude. So
now those pots look heavy.
Yeah, right. This is some kind of hard, like styrofoam. One of my clients, he's a florist out here, and
so they're not as heavy as they look?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Nothing like what I got in the front. So yeah, man.
See, we got some accent lighting going on in the back.
Yep, that's another Amazon find. This was like, dude, like 20 bucks, maybe 10 or 20 bucks. This little light here. Dude, yeah, it's legit. I don't even turn it off. I just keep it on all day, all night. It is a little hot now. Maybe I should turn it off. But yeah, that goes a long way. That accent, dude, like, come on. That looks pretty cool, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
Now, see, we got the nice coffee table.
Yeah, a little granite coffee table, low to the ground, completely impractical, but it looks good. Looks good.
What do you think is impractical?
Dude, I mean, you can't eat here. Look at that. I mean, my back is done, you know? So it just looks good. It looks good in pictures, looks good in video. So all my clients, I wouldn't say all of them, but some of my clients, especially the kids, they put their feet up here and I'm like, I can't even be mad. It's right here, you know what I'm saying? It's like
you gotta put like a little rubber strip up there or something.
Dude, I was thinking about putting a sign up here that was like, you know, something up there.
Feet off.
Something, you know? But nah, it is what it is. It's a sacrifice, I guess, I had to make. So I'm happy with it. Yeah, dude, look at this. This nice little corner. Got this on Amazon too, this glass coffee table. That's like,
a unique shape.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And we're in this, well, look at this. We got the deluxe version. I'm in this one too. Not to pat my own self on the back, but I'm in there somewhere. So yeah, man, this is the corner. This is the lounge. All right, y'all. I told you that here in Las Vegas, we got to have a separation of barbers and Cosmos. So this is the Cosmo room. So got 3 stations here. Just filled these stations. We're 2 years in and we just filled those stations. So, you know, it takes time, you guys. So now finally reaping these benefits, I guess you can say, but now we got these chairs spinning. So these are more IKEA mirrors. What I had here was floating shelves. It looked cool, it looked very salonish. I had them here, and now, I mean, you see how clean it is. And so, got extra lighting up top, got the LED lights. Scotch is going out, those are from Amazon. So, I got new ones coming. And these are IKEA mirrors. And I seen this in their little display area at IKEA, and I was like, dude, I'm about to run that, I'm selling that idea. But before that, before the mirrors, I had just the plants and it didn't feel complete. But even before that is the wood. So this is an upgrade, the wood. I had like a little bamboo, cheap little thing.
And is this just design, or is there a function to why you put up this wall?
So behind this is our break room. So yeah, it's super functional. The break room, we gotta work with what we got, you know, but it works. Yeah, it works. And dude, you gotta be creative. You gotta be creative. I love what I did here. So tons of lighting here. Got X lights, got this, I think an 8-footer, 6 to 8 footer that I got from Home Depot. And it all just flows together. So this is the shampoo bowl here. I got this from DIR as well. This was—
Is that a website or something?
Yeah, dir.com website for furniture, for salon and barber furniture. That's where I got my chairs. And you got the white and gray, goes with the barber chairs. I want it all to be seamless. So this was like $1,200. So
okay.
Shampoo station, just added a plank of wood.
Kind of minimal back bar.
Yeah, just minimal. You know what I mean? That's how I am. So got more greenery here. And this is I think an entertainment center that you would put like your VCR like under a TV, and I used it for that, and I think it goes perfect. And this is a gloss that's on it too. I could have had it flat, but it's a gloss. We got the dirty laundry, got the dirty towel right there. So even something is thinking about that. I was thinking about the design of that. What I had before, it looked cheap. So I think this looks a little bit better. I got the grates up here. This is the controversy wall up here.
Controversy wall, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So who all we got up here?
We got Pac, Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick. So.
All right. Who's the best? Who's the best?
You know, man, I can't, bro. Look at that. You know what I mean?
You just don't want to get canceled. That's
right. You know? So yeah, dude, it's a pretty cool wall, pretty sick wall.
That's dope. Now, going to the shampoo bowl, is there any reason you went with a white bowl over a black bowl?
I think it's sleek, man. The white with the white, I just wanted to match everything. I wanted everything to be unison, you know? So I could have added another bowl. Because I have more Cosmos here and they do color, right? I haven't came to the day where they're all doing color at the same time and they need to use the bowl, and I know that day will come, but this is where that orange chair was at. And so I made it a station instead. So it's either make a corner that's gonna make you some money, or you put another shampoo bowl. So this is gonna make me another $14,000 a year. So I think I'd rather go with that. So I just got this plant from IKEA, but this is the IVAC. You guys elevate yourself and get you an IVAC. So it's just on motion. And yeah, you guys, it's a nice little salon feel. Every time clients see that, it's like, oh, what's that? Technology. Yeah.
Now, I see a theme of the shop is trying to keep some greenery around.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, this was somewhere else. This was in the corner behind me, and I didn't want to take it home. I got enough stuff from the house I've taken home from the shop. So yeah, it works right. It works. Everything works. All right, we got the LED bathroom mirror here. Got this on Amazon. Cheap little buy, goes a long way. Supposed to have a button that turns it off and on, but that thing stopped working, so this thing just stays on. My homie said that since it's a LED light, that it doesn't really let off a lot of energy, so I guess then the energy bill hasn't been bad. So we got the black features here: black toilet, black handrails, black faucet. It goes all cohesive, you guys. You know, this is part of the design, and I wanted to make sure that women come in here too. And I wanted to make sure that women feel good coming in here. I'm from LA, so we got the little LA picture with the moss wall. Yeah, so yeah, y'all, we got the wood, bamboo. This is part of that Bali Tulum, inspiration that I have. So, we got the smell good. Got a little step ladder here, and I think it all just comes together, y'all, So don't neglect the bathroom, y'all. Don't neglect it. All right, y'all, let's talk about these floors. These are the concrete floors that we have here. It all goes part of this concrete feel, this all monochromatic feel. This used to be a lash lounge before, and it was like a laminate, and I took it all up. I mean, I stripped everything down. They had to prep this. It doesn't just look like this. You gotta prep it. You gotta kind of smooth it out. These were some pretty bad holes, I'm not gonna lie. And they had to fill them, and they had a hard time filling these holes too. But it came out, man. I think the imperfections is part of the character of the shop. So I had my boy Daniel put like it was a little shiny, but after walking around, it kind of wore off. I do like that epoxy. I'm a super fan of the epoxy, but I think everything comes together. If I would have did the epoxy, I don't think it would have went with my coffee table. So I think everything just comes together.
Well, what was on the floor before this?
It was like a wood-looking laminate, you know.
And that was prior to you getting the building?
Yeah, that was prior to this. You know.
So they had to demo it all up.
They had to demo it. You guys, you know, when you're creating, in the beginning, I would say try to keep costs low. You guys, maybe I could have kept them, but when you want to do so much, that price ends up going up. So if you can, try to keep a business the way that it is and save you some money. But I learned a lot from this shop, so trying to strip everything down cost me some money. But I think the floors came out dope.
It seemed pretty easy to keep up with too.
Yeah, man, all I gotta do is sweep. I mop every now and then, to be honest with you. So I didn't even mop for you to come in here, and it still looks pretty clean.
Thank you, bro, I appreciate it.
Yeah, if you like concrete, I think it's a good look, y'all. All right, CJ, Barberville fam. We done been here all day. I showed you around in my second home, but it's the Super Bowl Sunday. Kendrick's performing, and I'm trying to watch this game. All right, y'all. Peace.